कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं यः पिबन् सततं रामचरितामृतसागरम् अतृप्तस्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतसमकल्मषम् कौष्पतीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनं कपीशम् अक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वादात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं वाल्मीकिगिरिसम्भूता रामसागरगामिनी पुनादिभुवनं पुण्या रामायणमहानदी वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना आपतामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः मङ्गलं कौसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्धये चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मङ्गलम् सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Successfully, the bridge Setu was built, crossing the ocean. Crossing the ocean is very, very similar in many religions. In Christian tradition, I think they say crossover. There are two meanings into that crossover. One meaning is crossover or crossover, they say. Here Jesus Christ carried the cross over himself, carrying everybody's sin. And such, because he carried everybody's sin, he is considered as the Duta or messenger of God. Whereas Hinduism believes that nobody can carry your sin. You have to carry yourself. Total responsibility is yours only. Nobody else. So what is this crossover? The sea. The sea of samsar. The sea of vasanas. Sea of karmaphala. Sea of ignorance. So, the sea of ignorance, we all think that if I go and study Vedanta, do my Nididhyasanam, and I will cross this sea of ignorance. It's true. But for an individual to cross over the samsara, You need the blessings of the whole world. Because so many things can come on the way and stop you. That is why we say Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Why do we say that? May all be happy so that they won't stop me. Otherwise, everybody can vie on me, vie upon me. Why is he going alone? Let us stop him. If I cannot go, you cannot go. Is it not in your own life also you'll find, if you are taking up spiritual life too seriously, somebody is very unhappy about it. If not one's own husband or wife or brother or sister, neighbor, anybody and everybody. So it is necessary the entire world, which is represented by Bhagavan, should be happy about that. The Guru should be happy that you are doing this. The world should be happy. Bhagavan should be happy. So here, Bhagavan took the help of all. He can't even do himself. He can drive the ocean. What does it mean? He can do anything that he wants, but yet he made sure that everybody participates in this endeavor. That is the greatness of Bhagavan. As Rama, he made sure that everybody is involved in doing good. Crores and crores of Vanaras are are involved in this. And thus, therefore, they all went and crossed the ocean by the bridge built by Nala. Salilam, so here, Salilam prapadanti yante margamanye prapedire kechit vaya yasagata suparna iva plushu. Puplushuhu. That's what we stopped at. 85. Continuing. Goshena mahata gosham.
Goshena mahata gosham.
Sagarasya samuchritam.
Sagarasya samuchritam.
Imamantardate bhimaha.
Bhimamantardadhe bhimaha.
Taranti harivahini.
Taranti harivahini.
Vanaranam hisastirna.
Vanaranam hi satirna.
Vahini nalasetuna.
Vahini nalasetuna.
Tire nishivishe. Tire niviveshas. Tire
Nivivishe. Nivivishe.
Yeah. But Tire nivivishe. Only 7 is there. That's why I must. Tire niviveshaha. Sorry. Tire niviveshe.
Tire niviveshe.
Rajna bahumula palodake.
Rajna bahumula phalodake.
Tadatputam raghava karma dushkaram.
Tadadbhutam raghava karma dushkaram.
Samiksha deva saha siddhacharanaihi.
Samiksha deva saha siddhacharanaihi.
Upetya ramam sahasa maharshibihi.
Upetya ramam sahasa maharshibhihi.
Samabhyashinchan sushubhair jalai pratak.
Tamabhya shinchan sushubhair jalaih pratak.
Jayasva shadrun naradeva medinim.
Jayasva shatrun naradeva medinim.
Tasagaram palaya shashvati samaha.
Tasagaram palaya shashvati samaha.
Itiva ramam naradeva satkritam.
Itiva ramam naradeva satkritam.
Shubhairvachobihi vividaira pujayan.
Shubhair vachobihi vividhaira pujayan.
So Goshena Mahata Gosham, shouting each other with so much of sound. And that sound, Sagarasya Samuchritam, it is much more than the sound of the Sagara. Bhimam Antardhate Bhimaha. So that sound of the monkeys drowned the sound of the ocean. Taranti Harivahini, as the army of the monkeys started to cross the ocean. And Vanaranam Hisa Tirna Nalaseduna Vanaranam Vahini Sa Nalaseduna Tirna Abhavat. So, the very Vahini, that very army, could accomplish that only because of the Setu created by Nala. And Tire Niviveshe, as they reached the other shore, Bahu Moola Phala Udake Rajna, and which was filled with the very many roots and fruits, etc. Rajna Niviveshe. By the king, that is Sugriva here, Rajna always refers to Sugriva here, when he encamped, made all of them encamp in that very place which is filled with what is necessary for them to survive at that point. First thing we ask is, Swamiji, as soon as we go to other place, when we land, where are we going to eat? This is the first question. What are we going to eat? Any yatra, the first thing they'll ask is, where are we going to eat? So, here also, what are they going to eat? And for them it is very simple. What is the phala, moola, phala, jalam, that's all over. Fruit, root and water, that's all you get. No cooked food, that's why they are so full of energy. Cooked food means all of them are drowned because oil and then this and that, mustard, this, but and everything. The whole family, the very essence, the taste, the energy, everything is lost. Cook, nothing will be left there. So, here, as they settle down with the simple food and stay, Tadadbudam Raghava Karma Dushkaram Samikshya Devaha Samikshya. Devas, on the other hand, they were so happy because they are going to get released from Ravana very soon, because that is their purpose. They continuously encouraging everything that they saw. Saha Siddha Saranaihi, along with the Siddha and Charanas, Dushkaram Raghava Karma, Adbhutam Karma. It is indeed a wondrous task accomplished by Rama with the help of obviously the Vanaras. Sahasa Upetya, they all assembled coming together. Maharshabhihi, by all the Maharshis, etc. Sushubhaihi Jalaihi Abhishinchan. Pratak. Again, all of them individually, they have come to sprinkle the water upon Rama. So that is why it is said, whenever you accomplish a nice, fulfilling task, if it rains, that means Devadas are very happy that you did a good job. So here also, because that is the only thing people accept and acknowledge that is not human created. Thunder and lightning and that's all threatening. But a rain is always welcome. Little rain, not too so much. So that is to show that, oh, Devatas are very happy. So here they started to sprinkle water upon. Jayasva Shatrun Naradeva. Oh, come and conquer these your enemies. O deity among the gods, among the women, among the men. Medinim Sasagaram Palaya. Please protect the entire earth along with the sea, Shashwati Samaha, for hundreds and hundreds of years, eternally. This way they blessed him. Itiva Ramam Naradeva Satkrutam He, the Rama, this way being praised and blessed by the Devatas, the one who is always doing good for the world, Shubhaihi Vachobihi, with his auspicious words, Vividaihi Apujayan, they worshipped him variety ways, and this way they all are happy, the Devatas. Ityashre Srimad Ramayane Valmiki Adikavye Yuddhakande Dvadimshaha Sarga. So 22nd Sarga completed there. Now what is there? Now the next step has to be taken. What is it? Analyze the land, survey the land, and find out where and how we can attack the Lanka. So they are already on the shores, reached their point. Now the next one is how to take care of the next assault on Ravana and his army. So, and it is said that always in the past, in the ancient past, they looked at auspicious signs. Auspicious signs of two kinds. One is what is auspicious for one and what is auspicious for the situation that is ensuing. In the case of Rama, obviously he is accomplished so far whatever will be useful to him. Now, what is the situation in Lanka? The situation in Lanka should be not auspicious. Situation in Lanka should show the danger for Lanka. If it is favorable to them, then there is a problem. So here is a description of what is coming for Lanka and that which will be favorable to Rama. So he started to see inauspicious signs for Lanka. So here, Nimittani Nimittagnaha
निमित्तानि निमित्तज्ञः
Drishtva Lakshmana Purvajaha
दृष्ट्वा लक्ष्मणपूर्वजः
Saumitrim Samparishvajya
सौमित्रिं सम्परिष्वज्य
Idam Vachanam Abravit
इदं वचनमब्रवीत्
Parigrihyodakam Shritam
परिगृह्योदकं शीतं
Vanani Palavanti Cha
वनानि फलवन्ति च
Palogam Sambibajyeyam
बलौघं संविभज्येमं
Yuhyatishthema Lakshmana
युह्य तिष्ठेम लक्ष्मण
Lokakshayakaram Bhimam
लोकक्षयकरं भीमं
Vayam Pashyam Yupastitam
भयं पश्याम्युपस्थितं
Prabarhanam Praviranam
प्रबर्हणं प्रवीराणां
Yukshuvanara Rakshasam
ऋक्ष्वानररक्षसां
Padascha Kalushayanti
वाताश्च कलुषावान्ति
Ampate cha Vasundara
कम्पते च वसुन्धरा
Parvatagrani Vepante
पर्वताग्राणि वेपन्ते
Padanti cha Mahiruhaha
पतन्ति च महीरुहाः
Mega Kravyada Sankashaha
मेघाक्रव्यादसङ्काशाः
Parusha Parushasvanaha
परुषाः परुषस्वनाः
Kruraha Kruram Parvashanti
क्रूराः क्रूरं प्रवर्षन्ति
Mishram Shronita Bindubihi
मिश्रं शोणितबिन्धुभिः
Aktachandana Sankasha
रक्तचन्दनसङ्काशा
Sandhya Paramadaruna
सन्ध्या परमदारुणा
Jvalataha Jvalataha prapatatyet
ज्वलतः प्रपतत्ये तद्
adityadagnimandalam
आदित्यादग्निमण्डलम्
deenadeenasvara kruraha
दीनादीनस्वराः क्रूराः
सर्वतो मृगपक्षिणः
सर्वतो मृगपक्षिणः
प्रत्यादित्यं विनर्दन्ति
प्रत्यादित्यं विनर्दन्ति
जनयन्तो महद्भयम्.
जनयन्तो महद्भयम्.
War always is a destruction before it brings any kind of peace or whatever. And war always brings destruction on both sides. You cannot help that. You cannot say it should be one-sided, nobody will die, only enemies will die. That will not happen. So therefore, here Rama is able to see what's going to happen by the signs that he was able to observe. Nimittani drishtva nimittagnyah Lakshmana Purvajah. The elder brother of Lakshmana, one who is capable of detecting the signs, he embracing Saumitrim samparishvajya, embracing Lakshmana, idam vachanam abravidi, said this: Shritam parigruhya utagam janani palavanticha. Now I see the water that is there, which is found to be there in the which we have already crossed, but at the same time the vanani palavanticha, the forests which are filled with all the roots and fruits and all these things, this is necessary for us to survive now. But at the same time, we should proceed on, not just to camp here, we should proceed on further, and for that we should divide the troops, the army, into various, what you call the sectors. So here, balogam samvibhajyeyam, to be done, vyuhya, creating a certain kind of formation. Hey Lakshmana, tishtema, we will. Otherwise, the enemy can attack easily in one point, one bomb, finished. But during those times, there was no bomb, but they were able to penetrate into a group of army easily when they know exactly they are all in one place. So the vyuha, the formation is very important. In formation in such a way that when the enemy comes, he will be captured. Not the army itself, but the enemy who comes into the army will be captured. It is like, they play the kabaddi game. You might have seen that. So when the fellow goes in, one who plays from the opposite, he goes in. Once he gets in, there is a vyuha created. They make in such a way that they won't touch him, and also they would not allow him to touch them. In such a way that when he comes in, they allow him, come. Once they get in, they make a formation to catch him out, and then would not allow him to go out. In the same way, the vyuhas are created in such a way, they move into the army of the opposite, or the land of the opposite, in such a way that they will not be easily conquered. So we have to create in such kind of a formation. And Logakshayakaram bhimam bhayam pashyami upastitam. But at the same time, in this very endeavor, I see Logakshayakaram bhimam, the future holds something which will create a great destruction to the world. Upastitam pashyami, which is ensuing. Pravarhanam, completely up. The Pravarhanam Praviranam, the Pravirana of the heroes of both sides of our army are now going to have, are going to be sacrificed here. What? Ruksha Vanara Rakshasam Prabarhanam Praviranam. So I am seeing possible danger to all the people who are pretty prominent part of our own Vanaras, Rukshas, all bears, as well as on the opposite, all the Rakshasas. So, Vatascha Kalushayan Vanti, even the wind is blowing, the impure wind is blowing now. Kalusha Vata. Kampadecha Vasundara, the entire earth is now shaking, and Parvada Agrani Vepante, even the tip or the summit of the mountains are vibrating. Mahiruhaha cha patanti, all the most prominent trees, huge trees are falling down because of that. Then Megaha Kravyada Sankashaha, and the clouds are also appearing to be like wild animals, eaters of flesh and meat. Kravya means meat or flesh. Kravyada meaning Kravyam Atti idi Kravyada, the eaters of flesh, which is called wild animals. There is a difference between Kravya and Kavya. I don't know, the print is Kravya, I think, because it's not that clear. Kravya means meat or flesh. Kavya means what is offered to the mains. It's a very little difference. Obviously, you should offer Kavya to the mains, to the Pitras, not Kravya. So a little difference only, then they will make. So, Kravyam dadami, no, Kavyam dadami. So, one small you add, the whole thing is changed. Kravyada Sankashaha, equal to that of the wild animals, which are eaters of meat. All the megas are looking like that. Parushaha, Parushasvanaha, making terrible sounds. They are Kruraha, Kruram Pravarshanti, and also the rain that is coming down is also looking very evil. Shronida Bindubihi Mishram, mixed with the blood drops. That is to show that the earth and the whole atmosphere is already foreseeing the future. How much of destruction is yet to happen. Rukta Chandana Sankashaha Sandhya. Sankasha Sandhya. Rakta Chandana. It is the settling of the sun leading to Sandhya, the twilight, is not normal. It is appearing to be what you call red moon. Rakta Chandana Sangha. Not Rakta Chandana, it is like red sandalwood. Looking like red sandalwood, the entire space. Paramadaruna, very frightening. Jaladaha prapadati etat adityad agni mandalam. The agni mandalam, the very solar orb, is falling as though like a fire. It is so hot as the sun is going down. Usually when the sun goes down, it becomes cool. But here, as the sun is going down, it is emitting fire as though. And Mrugapakshinaha sarvataha kuraha dinaha dinaswaraha minardanti prati adityam mahaswanam janayantaha. crying aloud. All the mrigans and all the animals and birds are emitting or creating such a very cry. Dina, Dinaswaraha, Kruraha, Sarvada, everywhere. They're looking at the sun, which is hot while it is settling down. It is unusual because when the birds and other things, they return back to their nests or abode, they expect it to be cool night so that they can come back and feed the offsprings and then settle down. But indeed, it has become so hot and powerful, and so they are unable to bear that. Mahad bhayam janayantaha, creating so much of fear. Continuing on this inauspicious signs here, Rajanyam prakashastu
Rajanyama-prakashastu
Santapayati chandramaha
Santapayati chandramaha
Krishnaraktam shuparyanto
Krishna-raktam shuparyanto
Lokakshaya ivoditaha
Lokakshaya ivoditaha
Prasvo ruksho prakashastas ruksho aprakashastasya
Hrisvo ruksho aprashastascha
Tasya not prakashas, okay. Pariveshantu lohitaha
Pariveshastu lohitaha
Aditye vimale neelam
Aditye vimale neelam
Lakshmana idrishyate
Lakshma drishyate
Rajasa mahata chapi
Rajasa mahata chapi
Nakshatrani hatani cha
Nakshatrani hatani cha
Yugantam iva lokhanam
Yugantam iva lokanam
Pashyasam santi Lakshmana
Pashya shamsanti Lakshmana
Kaka Shenastata nicha
Kaka
Shena Tatra
Shenastathani cha
Grudra paripatanti cha
Gridhra paripatanti cha
Shivaschapya shubhan nadan
Shivaschapya shubhan nadan
Nadanti suhamahabhayam Nadanti sumahabhayan
Nadanti sumahabhayan
Shailais shulaischa kadgaischa
Shailai shulaischa khadgaischa
Vimuktai kapirakshasaihi
Vimuktai kapirakshasaihi
Bhavishyat avruta bhumihi
Bhavishyatyavrita bhumihi
Mamsashonita kardama
Mamsashonita kardama
Kshipramadyeva durdarsho
Kshipramadhyaiva durdarshaha
Durdarsham
Durdarsham
yeah. Purim ravana palitam
Purim ravana palitam
Abhiyama javenaiva
Abhiyama javenaiva
Sarvai haribhiravrataha
Sarvair haribhiravrataha.
As the sun is settling down with the heat, not cooling down, at the same time the rising of the moon is also threatening. Rajanyam in the night, aprakashastu, not really moon is shining to make the night bright. Indeed, it has become dark. Aprakashastu. Santapayati chandramaha. Even Chandrama was supposed to be cool, but that is also creating heat. Krishna raktamshu paryantaha. No, so Krishna raksham, the dark and red amshu, the rays filled with that. The halo of the moon is usually light and bright and cool. Here it is Krishna, dark Raktamshu, the spots of or the rays of the orb of the moon or the whole halo of the moon is also red in color, dark red. Logakshaya iva udotitaha. It is appearing as though it is going to consume the world. Rasvo ruksho aprashastha aprashaha, inauspicious indeed. Rasvaha, and it is thin and short. Rukshaha, and having copper color of orb. Pariveshastu lohitaha, it appearing to be around the moon having the orbs which are copper color in, and then it is that way appearance is considered as inauspicious. We recently had the red moon. Once in a while it happens, it's okay. But if it continues studying, then there is something seriously is going to happen to the world. So here, Adityam Vimale Neelam Lakshma Lakshmana Drishyate. In the moon, sun also, Vimale, Aditya Vimale, it usually does not have any spots. But now I am seeing Neelam Lakshma, a spot of dark point. Spot is also seen here, Lakshmana. And usually sun is spotless. Moon has many, many spots. So actually when you tell somebody, it's beautiful, your face is like a sun, not like moon. Because if you say it is like a sun, you are bright. Sun-like brilliance. If you say it's a moon, that means there are a lot of parts on your actually involved in your face. Lot of dints and then cavities and whatnot. Of course, you put the foundation to cover it also, that's different. Rajasaha mahata chapi nakshatrani hatani cha. Rajasa, mahata rajasa, with a great amount of rajas, and nakshatrani hatani cha. Then all the nakshatra also seem to be destroyed. Yugantam viva lokanam pashya. It is as though the end of the world has come. Shamsanti Lakshmana, this is declaring, O Lakshmana. And the birds and animals notice this before even human beings. It is said that, as I said last time also, when the tsunami took place, which is considered to be one of the recent one which has caused great destruction. I think it was in the year 2006 and 2004 when it happened in the shores of Indian Ocean, etc. So at that time, all the animals, etc., they just know much before that. Human beings did not notice it. They ran away. They ran towards the shores, towards the land from the shore. So here also, all the animals and birds, they know. Kakaha, Shenaha, hawks and then crows, Tata Nichaha, Gridraha, the wild vultures, Paripadanticha, they fall down. Shivaha, that is considered as the she-jackal, Api, Ashubhan Nadan, creating inauspicious sound, Nadanti, and crying, Shubham, Sumaha Bhayan, causing great amount of fear to everyone. Shailaihi, Shulaihi, Kadgaihi, Vimuktaihi, Kabirakshasaihi. So the various the rocks, darts, mazes, then also the swords, all of them being released by the mighty Kapirakshasaihi, by the Kapirakshasas, Kapis and Rakshasas, and also the various monkeys and anaras, as well as the Rakshasas. Bhavishyati Avrada Bhumihi, the whole earth is going to be filled with Shonida Kardama, Mamsa Shonida Kardama, blood and the human flesh filled with that. This is and completely the filth of flesh and blood, etc., are going to be there filling the earth. Therefore, I'm already seeing the result of this war will be something which is so unpleasant. Result in the sense, the destruction. So, Shibram Adyeva Abhiyama Javenaiva Abhiyama. Therefore, quickly we will move on towards what? Durdarsham Purim Ravana Palitam Lankam. The Lanka, which is very well protected by Ravana, very difficult to conquer, that very Puri. Sarvaihi Haribi Avrutaha Javenaiva Abhiyama. With all our army very well protecting each other, let us move ahead and then proceed on. Ityeva muktva dhanvisaha
Ityeva mukva dhanvisaha
Rama sangrama darshanaha
Rama sangrama dharshanaha
Pradaste purato Ramaha
Prataste purato Ramaha
Lankam abhimuko vibuhu
Lankam abhimukho vibuhu
Sabhibhishana sugrivaha
Savibhishana sugrivaha
Sarve te vanarashabhaha
Sarve te vanarashabhaha
Pradastire vinardantaha
Pratastire vinardantaha
Dhutanam dvishatam vade
Ritanam dvishatam vade
Raghavasya priyartam tu
Raghavasya priyartham tu
Sutaram viryashalinam
Sutaram viryashalinam
Harinam karma cheshtabhihi
Harinam karma cheshtabhihi
Tutosha raghunandanaha
Dosha raghunandanaha
Dhanvi Ramaha, Rama wielding his bow, Eva Muktva, thus having addressed this way to Lakshmana, Sangrama Darshanaha, the one who is the destroyer of anybody in the war field, Ramaha Purataste, Ramaha, he stood in the very beginning or at the foremost part of the army, Lanka Abhimukha Vibhuhu, facing Lanka there, the city. And then Savibhishana Sugrivaha, and all of them Sarve, they, all the Vanara Pungavaha, Vanara Shabha, all of them along with Vibhishana and Sugriva, Pratastire Vinardantaha, they also stood behind him making a big sound. Dhritanam Dishatam Vade, Dishatam Vade Dhritanam, who are upholding that determination to destroy the enemy. Dishatam Vade Dhritanam. Raghavasya Priyartham tu, for the sake of the desire of Rama, Sutaram Viryashalinam Harinam Karma Cheshtabhihi, by the monkeys or Vanaras, their actions or their determination indeed, Tutosha Raghunandana, it caused, by that the Raghunandana became very, very happy and content, looking at the very inspiration, energy and enthusiasm of the monkeys to destroy the enemies for the sake of himself, for the sake of Rama. So this indeed is the great leadership, call it. Leadership thing is, a leader is not the only person who should have the vision of what is to be accomplished But the entire team, when they are all taken up to do the same thing, that will really make the leader of the team very happy. If there is no dissension, something they know, nah, I don't think that is necessary. Or, I don't want to do this. Oh, we are all going to be killed anyway. Why should we do this? So this kind of dissension will not be good for a leader to have such a team. But here everybody is so happy to engage in the war. Ityashri Srimad Ramayani Valmiki Adikavya Yuddhakande Trayovimsha Sarga 23. Now, it is decided that we will attack. But now, formation he talked about earlier, how the vyuha should be, how the formation should be. So now, Rama is now assigning the leaders according to where they have to be, slowly. Sa Veera Samiti Rajna
सा वीरसमितिराज्ञा
Viraraja Vyavastita
विरराजव्यवस्थिता
Shina Shubhanakshatra
शशिना शुभनक्षत्रा
Purnamasi Vasharadi
पौर्णमासी वशारदी
Prachachalacha Vegena
प्रचचालच्च वेगेन
Prastha Chaiva Vasundara
त्रस्ता चैव वसुन्धरा
Idyamana Balogena
पीड्यमाना बलौकेन
Ena Sagara Varchasa
तेन सागरवर्चसा
Tadashushruhu Akrishtam Tadashushruhu Akrishtam
ततः शुश्रुवुराकृष्टम्
Lankayam Kananaukasah
लङ्कायां काननौकसः
Edi Mridanga Sangushtam
भेरी मृदङ्गसङ्घुष्टम्
Tumulam Lomaharshanam
तुमुलं लोमहर्षणम्
Babuvuhu Tena Goshena
बभूवुः तेन घोषेण
Samhrishta Hari Yutapaha
संहृष्टा हरियूतपाः
Amrishyamanas
अमृष्यमाणास्तद्घोषम्
Vineduhu Goshavattaram
विनेदुः घोषवत्तरम्
Rakshasastatplavanganam
राक्षसास्तत्प्लवङ्गानां
Shushruvustepi Garjitam
शुश्रुवुस्तेऽपि गर्जितम्
Nardatamiva Driptanam
नर्ततामिव दृप्तानाम्
Meganam Ambareswanam
मेघानामम्बरेस्वनम्
Sa Rajna Veera Samiti Viraraja. So that very Vahini was Veera Samiti. That is the army. Veera Samiti, the assembly of all the heroic soldiers. So Vyavastita Rajna Viraraja. And that very army which is led by the Sugriva there, so he was very brightly seen there, the king of the army, like what? Shashina Shubhanakshatra Paurnamasiva Nasharati. So like that of all the nakshatras when they are all accompanying the huge beautiful moon on the autumnal full moon. That way, the king has been seen with the army so beautifully assembled there together. And Dvegena Prachachala, as they speedily started to move, Vasundara Trasta Cha Iva, as though the entire earth is now being frightened up and causing fear. Balaugena Pidyamana Tena Sagara Varchasa, like that of the sea when it is the sea when it is roars up, how the sound will create. In the same way, as they started to march fast on the earth, it sounded so similar to that of the ocean. Now, at the same time, Kanana Aukasaha Shushruhu Lankayam Akrishtam Meri Mridanga Samgushtam Tumulam Lomaharshanam. As they went near the Lanka, they could hear the demons who are living in the forest, Kanana Aukasaha, causing a big amount of sound caused by Beri, Mridanga, and the kettle drums, and then the drums in general, they are all being beaten up. This is heard by the army of the monkeys. So, Tena Goshena Samhrishta Haryutapaha. Listening to this, they are very happy. Why? That means they are very near. The enemies are very near. We can hear them very well. So, Tena Goshena Samgrishta Babuhu. At the same time, Amrishyamanaha, but not able to bear that it is this Rakshasas are creating, we will create greater sound than them. So therefore, they manaha tat osham tat gosham vineduhu goshavattaram. They made more sound than those things that they heard to cause fear to them. Rakshasaha plavanganam garjitam shushruvuhu. And these Rakshasas also, they heard. Hey, what is that? In retaliation to our sound, something else is coming up, which we never heard before. That is none other than these monkeys who are making that sound. Nardadam abhidriptanam meganam ambaresvanam. The sound of that monkeys making the reply is looking like or heard like that of a fully laden water-laden clouds, how they make the thundering sounds. Driptana means fully laden. Meganam ambare swanam ardatam iva. That way kind of sound was heard. So they might have probably first thought it is probably the sound that is coming due to the rainy season, perhaps. Because when the flights or the jets are going into the air also, they cause so much of sound. It appears like as though looking like a lightning and the thunder. Actually, it is the jets are moving. Fighter jets are moving in the sky. That also can cause the same amount of sound. So, but here, it is not the nature that is making the sound. It is the Vanaras. So, Drishtva Dasharathirlankam Chitradvajam Patakinim Jagama Manasa Sitam Uyamanena Chetasa Atrasa Mrigashavakshi Ravanenoparudyate Abhibhuta Griheneva Lohitangena Rohini Dirgamushnam cha nishvasya Samudvikshya cha Lakshmanam Uvacha vachanam viraha Tatkala hitamatmanaha Dasharati, that is Sri Rama, Lankam Chitra Dvaja Patakinim Drishtva. So now Rama is able to see the Lanka clearly as they moved forward. filled with many, many flags representing the victorious presence of Ravana who's present there. See, earlier times when they conquer any land, that country's flag will be taken away and brought to Lanka. So, like United Nations, if you go, all the flags will be there. And that is to say, we are all together, representing that. But whereas Ravana, who has conquered many, many regions of the world, he made sure that wherever he conquered, whatever he conquered, that flag is no more can be used by them. He will put his flag there and he will bring their flag to his country and put it there. That means this is conquered by me. So he could see, Rama could see very many different flags. Chitra Dvaja Patakinim Drishtva Manasa Sitam Jagama. In his mind, he proceeded towards Sita. And that mind, what is that mind? Dushamane na chetasa. A feverish mind. Now, when he is about to now accomplish, he knows where she is. The mind has become more feverish now. Anxious prone. So, and he was thinking, Atrasa mrikashavakshi ravanena uparudyate. Here is where the one who has the eye of the she deer is being held captive by Ravana. So, and abhibhuta grihena iva. So, lohitangena grihena iva abhibhuta. She, the one presently being held captive like that of Rohini Nakshatra or Rohini star being overpowered by the planet Mars. This is called Lohitanga, and because it's copper red in color. So as though the Rohini has been overpowered by that Mars. So therefore he was very deep sigh. That way. So, Tikshna Mushnam cha Nishvasya. Samudhi Vikshya cha Lakshmanam. Looking at Lakshmana, and he could understand what is this going on in the mind of Rama. Vachanam Uvacha. He spoke to Lakshmana. Viraha Ramaha Tatkala Hidam Atmanaha. What is very good for that occasion of the situation, what is to be done. Now, there is no point in sitting and worrying about the Sita's situation, but we have to take care of what is to be done. So, Likantim ivakasham.
Alikhantim ivakasham.
Uttitam pasya Lakshmana.
Uthitam pashya Lakshmana.
Manaseva kritam lankam.
Manaseva kritam lankam.
Nagagre vishvakarmana.
Nagagre vishvakarmana.
Vimaner bahubirlanka.
Vimanair bahubirlanka.
Sankirna rachita pura.
Sankirna rachita pura.
Vishnoho padamivakasham.
Vishnoho padamivakasham.
Chaditam pandubirdanai.
Chaditam pandubirghanaihi.
Pushpitei shobhita lanka.
Pushpitai shobhita lanka.
Vanaischitra
Vanaischitra ratopamaihi.
Nānāpadaga sangashtaha. Nānāpadaga sangushta.
Nānāpadaga sanghushta.
Phalapushpopagai shubhaihi.
Phalapushpopagai shubhaihi.
Pashyamatta vihangani.
Pashyamatta vihangani.
Pralina brahmarani cha.
प्रलीनभ्रमराणि च
कोकिलाकुलखण्डानि
कोकिलाकुलखण्डानि
दोदवी दोदवीति
दोधवीति शिवो निलः
इति दाशरथी रामः
इति दाशरथी रामः
लक्ष्मणं समभाषत
लक्ष्मणं समभाषत
बलं च तत्र विभजन्
बलं च तत्र विभजन्
शास्त्रदृष्टेन कर्मणा
शास्त्रदृष्टेन कर्मणा
हे लक्ष्मण पश्य ओ लक्ष्मण see this आलिकन्तीम् इव आकाशम् उत्थितां लङ्कां नगाग्रे विश्वकर्मणा कृतां मनसा एव कृताम् मनसा एव विश्वकर्मणा मनसा एव कृतां लङ्कां पश्य. This very Lanka has been created by Vishwakarma through his mind. Where did he create? Naga Agre, at the top of a mountain. And what it has, Lakshmana, see this. Either top of the mountain, and on the top of the mountain he has all the mansions created, which is as though touching the sky. Alikantim iva akasham uttitam. This whole Lanka filled with, nowadays we have skyscrapers. Lanka had got a lot of skyscrapers even at that time. The best of the architect was in job. The best of the architect was employed by Ravana. And he said that what you do, I don't know. But it has to be better than the heaven. That is your job to do it. So, Vimanaihi Bahubihi Lanka Sankirna Rachitapura. It was already created by Vishwakarma. Vimanaihi Bahubihi Lanka Sankirna. With so many Vimanas. Here Vimana should be understood as mansions which are very, very huge in number. Vishnoho Padam Iva Akasham Chaditam. It is like Vishnu, and when he is, when he put the step, remember that one step he put on the earth as Vaman avatar. Second step he put the entirely covering the sky. In that way, Vishnoho Padamiva Akasham Chaditam. The whole space, the sky has been covered by the foot of Bhagavan Vishnu. In the same way, Pandubihi Dhanaihi Chaditam. So the white clouds are completely covering the entire space above. And Lanka Pushpitaihi Shobita. And the entire Lanka is filled with so many beautiful decoration of flowers. Vanaihi Chitraratobi Upamaihi. And also various forests that are equal to that of Chitrarata, which is considered to be the Kubera's garden. Nana Pataka Sangashtaha, and also so many different birds that are there. And Sangushta Phala Pushpa Upagaihi, filled with so many different forms of fruits and flowers. Shubhaihi, most tasty or auspicious. And also see Pashya Matta Vihangani. So Vihangachadi iti Vihangaha. The birds that are Vihanga, they are called Vihangani. You see the birds that are Matta, they are all having drunk enough of the fruits and other things. They are intoxicated. Pralina Brahmaraniche, and also various forms of bees that are all hidden there. Kokila Kula Khandani, and also on the branches you will see various birds such as Kokila, cuckoo birds. Dotavati Shivo Anilaha, and also various trees that are there. that are also there, and these clusters of trees are also as though they are swinging according to the wind that is blowing. Anilaha dotaviti Shivaha. So the gentle wind is blowing and the entire tree is shaking. On the tree branches are all the various kinds of fruits and flowers and birds. That is the beauty of the Chitra Ratha, that the very Kubera's garden. Thus he explained the Lanka's beauty. Iti Dasharati Ramaha Lakshmanam Samavashata, speaking to Lakshmana. Now slowly he said, Tatra Balam Vibhanjan Shastra Drishtena Karmana. While he was talking, he also started to divide the army into various sectors or segments. As he said, for the sake of creating a vyuha, he had decided to create many parts of the army, and each one of them will be led by one prominent part of the Sugriva's leadership. So that he would form that. While this is going on, Ravana there is getting jitters. What? What do you mean Rama is already here? How is that possible? How did he cross the ocean? So we'll see that in the next session. Aganita guna gana bhushana Rama ashrita vatsala jaya jaya Rama Ayodhyavasi Sita Rama Apad Bandhava Jaya Jaya Rama Dasharatha Nandana Sri Rama Dashamukha Mardhana Jaya Jaya Rama Kausalya Sukhavardhana Rama Kamita Palada Jaya Jaya Rama Papa Vimochana Sri Rama Pattabhirama Jaya Jaya Rama Janaki Vallabha Sita Rama Jaya Raghurama Jaya Siya Rama Vanara Sevita Sri Rama Varidhi Vandana Jaya Jaya Rama Anumat Pujita Sita Rama Jaya Raghurama Jaya Siya Rama Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama Patita Pavana Sita Rama Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama यावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन